reverse this pump price hike. What do you make of this whole situation and the inevitable suffering that will trickle down as a result?
First and foremost, the word is not trickle down. The word, in my estimation, is flawed down. Flawed. It's not trickle. Well, coming to your question, we are as confused as you are, but we are pained that the government has not found a solution to this problem. And it is its own making. Had government chosen to deal with the crime or the criminal content of subsidy, we would not have found ourselves where we are. On May 29, 2023, Mr. President said subsidy was gone. From then, we have been climbing up. So what happened? It tells you that government's approach has been patently faulty, and government has been too arrogant to accept this fact. So we are sliding into a sinking hole. That is what is happening. And we are not happy about this. If you look at the magic, if you look at the, even if we are to look at this from the perspective of market, here we have a private company, NNPC Company Limited, fixing prices for other entities. Where does that happen? Here we have a private company, NNPC, projecting itself as a hegemon, as a monopoly, hegemonic a monopoly. This is not right. We have antitrust laws, we have other related issues to deal with this. And I mean, for goodness sake, NNPC has no business announcing these things. So you can see there is something patently wrong, and nobody is ready to tell us the truth. But beyond this, we have a government that is not listening to the ordinary people on the street. It's not listening to the unions. It's not listening to the business community. It's not listening to the clergy. It's not listening to elder statesmen. We have a government that wears the garb of infallibility, that arrogates to itself an all-knowing role. A government that is implacably arrogant, superciliously conceited, and downright self-righteous. It only loves listening to its own voice. This will not lead it anywhere. Time has come for government to sit with appropriate stakeholders and find a way out of this a conundrum. Because I tell you, and Nigerians, that this 1,000 plus that we're paying now, this is not the last bus stop. In the next couple of weeks, prices will go up. You mark my word. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Upah, thank you for expressing your thoughts there. Now, of course, you did say that the government's approach has been faulty from the word go. NNPC is projecting itself as a hegemonic monopoly, and the government is not listening to people on the street, not listening to unions, and needs to sit with stakeholders. I'm just wondering, what approach should we expect the NLC to take in order to ensure that dialogue this time around might be productive and not regressive?
First and foremost, let me explain this to you, that this is no longer a problem of the unions. This problem is a Nigerian problem, and it is up to Nigerians to make up their minds whether to die on their knees, whether to live on their knees or die on their feet. This matter has clearly gone beyond the unions. It's up to Nigerian people to express within their right as provided in the statute books and the Constitution. It's up to them to exercise the rights that are available to them. On our part, as a trade union body, we are available for peaceful conversation at any time. We are ready because our foremost concern is the sovereignty of this country, the dignity of every Nigerian, and their welfare.
Well, as you say, it's up to Nigerians to exercise their rights. But there are some criticisms of the NLC, seeing that it is a trade union that has taken up the mantle of defending the labor and the unions and individuals in the country. But the criticism is that you all have fallen far short of the mandate, especially within this current administration. Some are calling the NLC toothless bulldogs. A lot of barking, a lot of talking, but when it comes to the actual implementation or those hard decisions, it seems like someone or a few within the organization fold and acquiesce to the government of the day. In this particular situation, what kind of advice do you want to give the federal government? How can they move forward in order to fight on behalf of these Nigerians who are drowning in the midst of poverty, as it seems, as it were right now? What advice, what solutions could you proffer?
First and foremost, let me quote our elder statesman, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. He said, if you abuse me, I go abuse you. Me, I no give my mouth to a washerman. For those of us, for those Nigerians who call the NLC names, the shame is theirs. There is nowhere in our Constitution and other books that say only the trade unions have the exclusive right to protest. That right is available to them. Each time we even ask them to come out, they don't come out. They love their skin. They love to sit in the comfort of their homes, in the comfort of their offices, and point their fingers at other people. We will not accept that. Can't they see what has happened in other countries? Even in Kenya here, in Europe, in US, aggrieved citizens come out to protest. They don't wait for the unions. So long as these elements feel too big, feel too cocky to express themselves, or feel too timid to do so, this journey will continue. But the moment Nigerians express the resolve to confront their oppressors within the limits of the law, this will stop. So they should stop heaping blame on Nigerian Labour Congress. Okay? And they should stop that. And they should leave the unions alone. Let them come and express the right. And in any case, if these people want to be serious, how many times have we been out on the street since this administration came on board? We have been harassed. What has not been done to us? All the charges in the books have been thrown at us. Even as I speak with you, we have communication from the police. It's not over yet. So where are these Nigerians? So let them come out and show their venom and show whatever they have as an alternative to the unions. And let us see.
All right, Mr. Upah, going by what you said earlier on.
Well, come in, just a moment. As for the advice, the advice, even though this government does not listen to advice, it only listens to its own voice. I will refer to a video clip by one of Africa's illustrious daughters, Ngozi Iweala. She said, when they came on board, they found inconsistencies, in fact, fraud in the computation of subsidy payments. And they were tackling that when her mother was abducted. And she was asked to resign, else they will kill her. I will also refer you to the video clip in circulation by Isa Yuguda, a former Excellency of Bauchi State. He also spoke to the fraud, to the monumental fraud in the subsidy scheme. there were reports. In fact, there were investigations. Certain people were indicted. What has happened to that report? And given the clues given by this eminent son and daughter of Nigeria, why wouldn't this government have the courage to tackle this? The decisions he's taking are not courageous. He's rather dealing with the poor. He's pouring acid on the poor and the hungry. Let him go and confront the members of that cabal, and then we will know of his courage. That is the right thing to do. Because I tell you, in the next couple of weeks, you are going to pay more.
All right, Mr. Upah.
Let me tell you, within just a moment. In fact, within 1 year plus, the price of petrol rose by 430%. Where does that happen? People cannot plan their lives. Companies cannot operate. Capacities are shrinking. More jobs are being lost. More insecurity is creeping in. So, do you call that achievement? We want growth that is all-inclusive, growth that is beneficial to all, not growth that is beneficial for a select few who have made a kill.
All right, Mr. Upah, your points are noted and of course very salient indeed. Now, earlier on, you did mention, when I asked you about the approach that we should expect from the NLC to make progress as opposed to us being regressive, and you did say it's a Nigerian problem. That is noted and that is true. But as in your capacity as the head of information department for the NLC, I am asking, I do know, of course, you wear two hats as a Nigerian and in this regard, but as the head of information department, what can you tell us? We know it's a Nigerian problem, it's established, but what can you tell us is the NLC's negotiation strategy for, as a reaction, in order to avoid the imminent increase that you foresee in a few weeks, as opposed to, saying that it's a Nigerian problem and that all the Nigerians that aren't pleased with how the NLC has handled things before should, sort things out for themselves?
Well, I want to tell you that immediately, government made an increase the pump price of petrol after the conclusion of negotiations, that the 70,000 was done. We internally commenced the process of reopening conversation with the government. With this now, that process becomes inevitable because the parameters have changed fundamentally. And let me use this opportunity for those who have been insulting our collective intelligence, who say that petrol is cheaper, that petrol is costlier in other countries and so on and so forth, that Nigerians literally have petrol for free. Shame on them for insulting our intelligence. They tell you how much they sell petrol in Ghana, in Cape Verde, other countries. They don't tell you how much they earn in those countries. Now, I have with me a chart. This chart was prepared in 2018 when our naira was 360 or 350. Now, let me just go through a few countries for you. Benin Republic, monthly salary in dollars is $68. Burkina Faso, in fact, in Nigeria at that time it was 49.72 dollars. In Benin Republic here, $68. Burkina Faso, 59. Cape Verde, 132. Chad, $103. The Gambia, 26. Ghana, 48. Guinea-Bissau, 32. Cote d'Ivoire, 155. Liberia, 27. Mali, 48. Mauritania, 83. Sierra Leone, 98. Algeria, 162. Angola, 98. I can keep on going. That tells you, at that time, Nigeria was among the least. For now, it is undisputedly the least paying country in the world. And they tell us that petrol is literally sold for free in Nigeria. They are insulting our our intelligence. Let them tell us how much they pay in those countries. But we know they've made a kill for themselves. But let me also put this on record. There is no wealth for life.